Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, looks like we're live. Let me notify everybody. See, at everyone. Let's see. Friday night Euro stream begins. Yes. Okay. And I'm just gonna move this off to the side and bring this right here so I can still see the chat. And I'm gonna bust out my phone just a second to make sure that I'm coming in nice and clear. Let's see. My channel. Test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test. Oh shit. There we go. Oh, there we go. You can't hear me. Okay. Sorry. I muted myself. Oh my god. Okay. I am ready now. Now I'm officially ready. You can see me. You can hear me. You can see the tablet. Okay. So let's find out what's first on this list. It's the Golden Fetters. Okay, and so the Golden Fetters is gonna be the London pub, right? And we do have, can open up Blender. You can hear me now, right? That's my mom. Let's see. Blender, London. Okay. So last time on the stream, we were here. Okay. I actually forgot that this was looking okay. Damn. For some reason in my memory I was like, this wasn't looking so hot, but this is actually looking all right. Okay, so this is the layout. It is a rectangle. So let's draw it out. This place is a rectangle. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is let's get sketching. Okay, pencil. Okay, like this. It's a little longer. And like this. Okay. Oops, I just realized you can't see it. So, buoy. Okay. So this is going to be the layout of the pub. Now, what we have already is a door that's right about here. And then we have windows that are like this, right? I think is there 5 or 6? Anyways, that doesn't matter. There's windows right there. These sort of things don't need to be like super precise. I never knew you could use Blender with a tablet. Yeah, you could use anything with the tablet, but I'm actually not using that right now. The stream that you're getting right here, all this is just a screen broadcast from my iPad. I'm not using my iPad to control anything. It's just video. Okay, so what do we want here? We need, at a pub, you have like the bar area, and we can actually take a look at some of the reference images I had last time to get an idea. Let's see, London. Okay. So we have the exterior, but what about the interior? Okay, you got these little circle tables. I really like that. Circle tables, and then the actual sort of booth. It seems to be like there's one long booth right here. There's picture frames in the wall and stuff. Okay. Is there any other interiors? This one. There's some kind of dividers, right? There's some just... I'm sure they're not completely unnecessary, but there's sort of like seemingly pointless extrusions. And then you have the actual bar area. Let's see. Okay, there could be a little pocket. This is still pretty standard. Okay, so these have bar stools versus this is also bar stools, but I think this one, yeah, they had normal chairs here. These people aren't on bar stools. They're sitting on like chairs that have armrests. So I think I'll do armrests. And I think that's it for these. Okay, so let's actually... Peaky Blinders can be used as a reference. Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much of that show, but it starts off in Ireland, right? Ireland? Which I guess is the UK. Okay, so I can already imagine that there's going to be an extrusion here. Right, put one like right here. And then there could be something like a maybe like a potentially like a jukebox in the corner. Let's like, you know, try it. Okay. And we'll have, let me see, red. So this is a jukebox. Okay. Do English pubs have jukeboxes? Okay, that's an extrusion. This is just like nothing, right? It can have some type of, oh, you know what? Like right here, there will be some type of like decoration. So like golden feathers related decor. You know, maybe even like flat out golden feathers, right? And then we have to have all the little bar stools and everything. So I think what you do is, I kind of want to look at this picture again. these guys. So these guys will have, how many tables are like right there? Okay, so all along this, basically, let me see, oops, I don't want to cover your guys's, there we go. All along this would be the whatchamacallit, the booth. And then what you have is the circular tables. I don't know how many that would be, but you know, the number count for all this sort of stuff doesn't really matter. What I'm going to be looking for is just sort of the general space of things, and if there's any type of arrays of things where there's like repetition, then I could sort out the whatchamacallit, like the number of those things, right? So just getting, like, this is like a sketch. So got all these tables, and then right, we need the chairs. So then I guess you just put one chair opposite each of these. I guess that's like not a bad system. A huge cupboard with a whiskey bottles and a place where bartender stands and the table where drinks are served. They had taps back in the days too in Peaky Blinders. Okay, see, that's a good point. I haven't even looked at any tap references. What I could do is I want to put, what were these? There was these other guys that were in the corner. These guys. They also were next to like booths. Okay. So there's also a booth. We'll put one right here. Right, and then honestly just put like nothing there. No tables, just a booth. You could just sit over there. And then same thing right here. You just put booths right there. You put a booth right there. And then what you could do is you could put like 3 tables right here, and each of these gets a set of chairs, right? Potentially even more. And then the bar will go right here. So the bar has a sort of part that's extruded, and then you have the, I'm trying to think of how, so I guess maybe we should look at some references, right? You guys are going to see like notifications from like dating apps on here, probably. And not from any human being either. It's just going to be like, hey, you haven't used us in a while. Like, don't you want to use us? Stop being such a lonely bastard. Let's see, 1960s pub, London. This guy, the huge cabinet, is that what you're talking about? That kind of thing? Need a better picture of like the taps. Oh, you know what? We need big pylons outside. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. I'm surprised I didn't save this picture. Okay, you know what this needs? This does need... I like this one thing where it's like, I don't know if this is a stretch, but what you do is you kind of put in, I'm not sure how I would do this. Maybe, yeah, it would kind of go like this. It would go like this. So this is like from above. And then it comes down right here. right? And this is a pillar. And then another one. This is like an arc. And then this is a pillar. Right, does that make sense? And another arc. And pillar. And then this just straight up goes over the thing or something like that, you know? And it could just go right down the middle or closer to the edge maybe. Potentially could even just like bring it maybe like right here or right here. So it goes over the seats. Okay, this is arches and pillars. All right. And then this is booths. And then table, chair, and then more booths. And another booth. And this is just extrusion to jukebox. Okay. Am I missing chat? Gorman Studio says, "What's happening, people? How's it going?" The real question is, are you really lonely? Yeah, you know, I could be lonely. I'm a lonely guy sometimes. But I'm a little too preoccupied with making video games. It says, "Hey Gorman, our friend over here is making 3D assets. I can see the clear 3D picture that you're trying to make. Beautiful, brilliant. I'm glad. I try to make these as clear for me as possible because, you know, you can kind of get lost in your own notes sometimes. And yeah, I think this is turning out all right. So we have that, and then the only thing I haven't settled on is, how you doing, Gorman Studios? How's it going? I'm trying to figure out what the taps and what the actual, let's see. Should it be round? It could be round, huh? I kind of like the idea of it being round. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, let's try this. I'm just gonna try winging it really quick because the actual models, the actual reference assets that I'll use, you know, I'll figure that when I get there. But knowing that stuff like this at least exists initially is all I need to know. So you have the back here. Okay, so that's the cabinet with all the shit in it, all the booze. And then what you have is this kind of thing, right? And that. Okay, and then you just kind of get rid of this little section here. And you say that there's like a little flap right there, right? With hinges. Yeah, lift it up. And then like over here are the taps, right? And then, oh, Robohemith, yo, what's going on? How's the Paris life going? Sup Harami, and then the little winky face. Round bar, that's interesting. Those curves are clean. Yeah, that's one of my favorite features, is doing this, and then you hold, and then it guesses what kind of shape you're trying to make. You could do smooth ones too. Right? What's up, Robohemith? The Paris life is going... It's going, man. I mean, like, you know, I'm... I think I probably said this last time, but I'm essentially living the same life I was living back at home, just now in Paris. Like, I still don't really go out very much. That's not true. I probably go out more now that I live here. Yeah, I definitely get out more. Definitely get out more. Like, every day I go out and walk for at least like half an hour to an hour around the neighborhood, through the city and stuff like that. The other day, I finally went out and socialized, met some people at a bar, and just went walking around the city. Finally hopped on a bus for the first time, rode around on some limes, and was just walking around and talking and hanging out with these dudes until like 3 in the morning. So it was nice. Just really, it's cool just kind of hearing stories from different walks of life, and being in a very foreign, by all definitions, foreign land, and hearing all these things. It's always a magical experience. Getting to know somebody and being completely out of your element. It's great. It feels great. Love the Paris life. Maybe you'll get less lonely in Paris. It's the city of love. yeah, that is the thing, right? Like, I do hope that. I'm going to be going to Barcelona in a couple weeks, though. Actually, in like 1 week. It's already Friday. I'm going to Barcelona in like a week, basically, and I'll be there for a couple weeks, and then it's likely I'll be heading to Berlin after. Okay, so what we got? I think this is looking good. I think this place is looking all right. I do like this layout. Trying to think if there's any sort of panache that I can get. I think this is good. So this is the Golden Fetters. The Golden Fetters. And could maybe start a new one for a different place. Are you visiting these places to get references? I'm not. I've jokingly, half jokingly, romanticized my trip as a research field trip. Like Pixar, Pixar goes to all the places that they're going to base their next movie off of and culturally appropriate. I'm just kidding. I know they have staff that represents the culture, but you know what I mean. I should deactivate that. There we go. But it is helping. It is helping. Like the other day, I was scooting through Paris, and I noticed that the tree density, the trees that they have here on a lot of their streets are the horse chestnut trees. And those are your sort of stereotypical trees that line the streets of their apartment buildings, those super wide streets. And in my game, I made them very bushy. I made them overly bushy and overly dense, to the point where you can't really see the windows. And that always bothered me, and I was like, shit, like I really like the idea of being able to see the balconies and the windows and stuff. And so I was actually in those neighborhoods, and I saw that. Here, I'll actually show them to you, what I'm talking about here, so you know what I'm talking about. Is it just in here? I think it is just in here. Like these apartment buildings that have all these windows that go up. Let's see. It's so funny. Like these exist everywhere. Is everywhere. All these cobblestone streets and everything. I can't find a good reference. Let me see. I'm surprised. Oh, here we go. Parisian apartment. Duh. This is what I'm looking for. It's so funny because this is... oh my god. I mean, this is seriously what my apartment looks like. Okay, yeah, so looking out and stuff, seeing this sort of stuff. There's no trees down here. But see like this? See how the streets are lined with these trees? These are the horse chestnut trees I was talking about. And I was modeling them more off of this. They're extra bushy right here, but from street level, because of how bushy they are, you can't, like if you're down here on the sidewalks, you can't see some of these windows. But then you'll see over here, these trees, they're not as dense, and you could look up and see the windows. So that was kind of bugging me out. And then see over here, the trees are further away from the sidewalk, so you can see up and see the windows. And here, they're especially sparse. Those are totally different trees, you know. So I was kind of on this kick of like, oh, okay, like I can go into my game and make my trees a little less bushy, so you can actually see the windows. Maybe, you know, or maybe just change out how many trees there are. Research helps a lot. Yes. What are the specs of your computer? So my laptop that I'm on has a GTX 1060 in it, and it has an i7. It's an SSD. It has DDR4, and I'm running Windows 10. And then I have these USB-C and Thunderbolt ports on the side to use like external SSDs, just because I have like a really shitty. I modified the laptop like a couple of years after I got it. So it originally had an HDD in it, a spinning drive, and then I swapped it out with a little SSD I had laying around, and now it's like fucking lightning fast, and now I can like not throw it around, but you know, I could be a little bit more rough with it without having to worry about corrupting my data, like scratching, you know, because I hate the idea of a spinning disk in a laptop, because if you just shake it and the fucking needle just barely scratches your shit, then like you're done, you know. So that had to get swapped out. But it's a tiny SSD. It's like a 120. No, it's a 256. It's a 256, but that's still tiny, you know. And so I have a terabyte external SSD that looks like a cracker, and I can also just throw around and be super nimble with. But enough of that. Interesting facts. Yes, welcome to the interesting. Let's see. Here we go. Inking. Interesting. Facts. With Steven. Okay. Welcome to the show. SSD is the future. Totally. Okay, gonna close this. We got the pub down. So that's the Golden Fetters. And then there's the record shop. Let's get the record shop. So British flag hanging outside, street sign on the wall, cheap records outside, window adverts. Okay. This one again is like... I don't know how to... We're gonna use these references, London, to get this record shop down. Did they have record shops back in the days? They did. Check it out. I mean, that's when they made them, you know? Think about how quick stores were to adopt literally anything nowadays. I mean, definitely like commercial production is way more beefy and rapid than it was, you know, a few decades ago, and it probably gets faster every year. But there is sort of a tipping point, and I think already back in probably like the 50s is when industrialization had hit a point where you could come up with something new, and if it really starts selling, then within the year you'll probably see a bunch of stores opening up that cater specifically to your product, even if it's a completely new domain, a completely new, what do you call it, just a new market, like the record. But records were around since I want to say before even the 20s, right? We might have been using the Edison cylinders. Thomas Edison made a format for listening to music that was essentially a vinyl, but it was a cylinder. And it looked like a Coke can, almost. And you know what still kind of uses it to some degree is in the music boxes, you know, the little wind-up and ding, 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 ding. Those things, you know, if you look inside, there's a cylinder with these grooves on it, and those grooves are just flicking those little pieces of metal. Well, the Edison cylinder worked in a very similar way, except there is just one single needle that touches the the cylinder, and as the cylinder spins, it reads the grooves the same way that a needle reads the grooves of a vinyl record. But Edison's fucking stupid, and obviously a flat disk is the way to go. What's the timeline where your game is set in? It's anachronistically the 60s. Okay, so I need to figure this out. We have the record shop, and I figure the record shop will be a very similar, let's go to pencil. It'll be a very similar rectangle shape, right? Something like that. And sorry, you can't see that. Let me try to organize these windows so I can see chat and see references and see this. Okay, there we go. So we have, probably make this a little bit bigger, huh? Thanks, Washington Post. Geez, I don't even know. There was this exterior shot where people are flipping through records. There we go. So this sketch should probably encapsulate an exterior as well. Let's say the door's right here. Bigger. Okay. There's gonna be back allies too. Back allies? What do you mean by that? Do you mean alliances between nations and agencies? So we have the records out here. Actually, that's an okay size. Go like this. Okay, records right here. It'd be like 3 stacks, right? These are records. Right, and then this is a glass, it's a glass window. Too big, Jesus. Oh God. These are kind of hard. And then, There we go. Okay. Alleyways. I really want there to be, but I think Morocco is going to be one of the only places that actually has that in it, the more mazy sort of structure. I wish in a sort of ideal world I could make these little cities a tiny bit bigger, I think. Just a tiny bit, just to allow for some maybe facades and alleyways, but it's just I haven't thought of a good way to put alleyways in any of these places just yet, other than Morocco. Morocco already has alleyways. Is it? So you have London, DC. DC does not have any alleyways. Then you have London, which doesn't have any alleyways. Okay, and then you have Paris. That does not have any alleyways either. Then you have Berlin. Doesn't have any alleyways. Morocco, it does, and Moscow does not. Yeah, Morocco's the only one so far. I would like that though, especially like in DC and stuff. I would love to figure something out. That's sort of a wish list item. Somewhere down the line when all the places are modeled out, they're going to have fake buildings mixed in with the real ones. And I wanted to keep the fake buildings to a minimum. But once I do finally put them in, I might kind of figure out where they could maybe be split up and give some corners or something. Because an alleyway suggests that there's going to be 2 sides of a block now, and all of my locations to this point, they're contained within like a city block. So that kind of throws that whole illusion away, you know. Boy Pro Fun says, hi, how are you? I'm doing good. Doing all right. We're just we're over here sketching out some of these locations, so when I actually get to modeling them, I have a good idea of what the hell I'm modeling. Okay, so we have those, right? We have the we should probably, so you have like the door swings out this way, right? Okay. And let's see. This is kind of a good one. The thing about this place is it's a little too hip for me. It reminds me too much of the record shop in Clockwork Orange. And I want something a little bit more urban. Like this feels pretty cool. I think that might be the only reference I really have here. Is it going to be like Hitman? In what way? Let's see. If I can imagine when you walk in. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's put the listening station right. Let's see, if a person's like this big, put a person right here, and you have the listening station. It's like that. And then you have like the where you rest your elbows, like that. Stealth way, having disguises and all that, tricking people. Yeah, absolutely. Stealth is already implemented, so you could sneak around. If you take off your shoes, you walk quietly. If you actually just walk, it also reduces the amount of noise you make. There's sort of like zero noise, which is when you take off your shoes, but you have to walk really slow and you can't really use anything. Then there's normal walking, which makes some noise, and enemies can hear you, but only if they're close enough to you. And then there's running, which makes a lot of noise, and that is when they don't have to be as close to you for them to hear you. So let's put these record players. What do they look like? They're kind of just like this. It's so weird. 4, 5, 6. Let's just do 6. Right, and they kind of have like the little arm. Right, so these are little record players. Right, and then they have little headphones that come over here. Okay, so this is the listening station, and then I think you would have something like a cash register back here. Right, you'd have a cash register here. And then maybe just fucking just more stacks of records right here, honestly. Oh, it's interesting. Finally some did it logically. Otherwise, in some stealth games, you are literally invisible when you are crouched down. Yeah, I mean, my game is still gonna be silly. There's gonna be parts where you do feel like you're playing a video game. I do want it to make you feel like you're playing a video game. So there's gonna be some times where the AI is going to be not the smartest, but hopefully they'll kind of behave in other ways that make them feel more alive and actually smart. But you know, I can't make a totally realistic simulation without running into a few silly things. It's still just a video game. So let's see. Let's make notes so I don't totally forget everything. So this is cash. Oh fuck. Cash register. And then this is records. And this is self-explanatory, but listening station. This is lower, and this is higher, right? This is a window, and here's records on sale. Door. Okay. Yep, designing is a hard process. Absolument. Okay. This needs to be like totally decked out with records. So I think, oh God, how do they have them? I guess they're kind of just, you just do shelves, right? You do shelves, and in the center. So in the center, there is these kind. Again, I'll figure out the dimensions. It kind of makes everything not so squished together when I actually build the thing. But you know, you kind of have something like this, right? You do it like this, right? These are all records. And it's the same thing right here. You'll see that like I start getting lazier when I start having to do the same shit, right? With my layouts, like how this second one looks a little sloppier. Actually, you can't even tell. They both look just as sloppy. Broken Bones says Pog stream. Ooh, thank you. Totally poggers. Also, would we be able to listen to music in this place? What is the scope of interactivity with stuff like? Can we drink beer in the bar and talk to the bartender? So drinking beer in the bar, absolutely. Listening to records at the record shop, absolutely. But interacting with the bartender would be more limited. Actual person-to-person interaction, starting conversations and stuff like that, not going to be too much of a thing. It would probably end up being more, especially for NPCs that aren't completely crucial to gameplay, they will have more of novel interactions. So you might like talk to them, but they'll say something stupid. You know, they'll kind of just have like a dumb list of things that they'll cycle through. But yeah, the listening station, I can't wait for that because I really want it to be able to like, you can go through a library of music and listen to music. I think that would be great. Hello, Broken Bones. Sup? Just enjoying the masterpiece made on iPad. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is, I'm going to frame this for sure. Print it out. Massive print, have it framed. It's the greatest thing I've ever made, this sketch. Indeed, bruh, it's pouring down rain where I live, and I can't leave the ground. The mud. Huh, wait, where are you staying right now, Broken Bones? Where is it muddy in the world? Did it rain earlier today? It rained yesterday for here in Paris. Okay, there's the records. And then, honestly, I think, yeah, I think you just do like, I think you just go like this, right? Okay. These are all records. And then you put one like right here. Oops. Yeah, that's what I wanted. An oval. Thank you, iPad. Oops. There we go. And this one also like this. And I love the dynamic that this gives already. I'm already thinking of like such funny things where, you know, so like in these record bins, you know how there's like two sides, right? So like essentially like you have records that are facing this way on this side, right? And this way on this side. This way on this side, this way on this side. Same thing over here, this way, this way. You get what I'm saying? And then all of these are all outward, right? These are all like this. So you have to imagine scenarios in which you're standing over here. Like maybe you're standing right here and the target is standing right here, you know? And I don't know under what circumstances they might be flipping through records, but they're just kind of walking around and stuff like that because all NPCs of all kinds, and your target included, will have sort of mundane activities that they'll be involved in. And if you're following them and you're going to try to kill them, you could kill them in public, but there's a price to pay with that. And so I just can't wait for moments where you're standing across from them and you just have to sit there and flip through records while you follow them, you know? And you're just like this close from them. Like I love this situation so much right here because you're just, you know, you're like 2 feet away from them. And that's so cool to me that you just have to kind of keep your cool and like wait until, I don't know. It's up to you. Hopefully everybody will have a different way of solving that problem. Okay, so I think I'll put one last one over here. Like this. Like that. Okay. Right. Super lazy records. Okay, same deal. But that's essentially the record store. I think something like that is pretty chill. I don't see anything else in this image that would make me think about doing it any differently. I can imagine even nixing this one. This one. Just making this place more symmetrical, making it a little bit simpler. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the asymmetry of that is nice. Having that little extra one to throw them off. Oh shit. Battery's dying. Where the shopkeeper is gonna stand. Back here. Alright, right here. Shopkeep. Right here. Right, that's why the register's back there. I just can't use Procreate. I have to use Affinity Designer. I don't know why though. I don't think they have kind of different audiences. I need an achievement for buying 100 records. Got a massive wedgie right now. Let me plug in my iPad. 1 second. Alright. Okay. So we got the record shop down. What's next? Record shop, golden fetters. There's the park. Let me put, what's it called? Hyde Park. And the agency. MI6 building, or headquarters. MI6 HQ, Hyde Park, and that's pretty much it. So Hyde Park isn't really going to take much. You know what we could do? We could bust open Unity. Finally just fucking bust open Unity. I think I'll do that. Because there are some places that still need to be prototyped using prototype assets. So I'm gonna close out air server, exit, and we will launch. Oh wait, I'm dumb. We could do it here. We could do it in Blender. It would have been nice to do it with Unity because I'm much faster laying out the prototype assets, but this shouldn't be too bad. I picked a terrible time to learn to use Blender. Let me put my iPad over here. Okay. What's up, guys? Buoy. And I have an idea for a corner. I have an idea of corner door where a place has the entrance door is on a corner to add more variety. Yeah, that's like I have a couple of those, or actually I did. I got rid of them. There used to be one in DC. There used to be a cafe. I wanted to put a cafe in DC, but then I realized that DC had one too many places that other cities didn't, except for Morocco. Morocco's the anomaly, by the way, and or the exception to the rule, I should say. And let's go to Blender. Actually, I want to figure out how I can pop you guys out. How do I do it? Pop out chat. Here we go. But yeah, no, I agree. And I've considered potentially changing some of those places back to corner spots, because I do like that a lot. Oh wait, you know what is still like that? The cinema in Berlin. Yeah. The theater in Berlin still has a corner. Like you go to the corner part of it. It's not at a right angle. Will there be a cosmetic store? Yeah, so the only one I have, this is sort of a game design flaw, but the only one I have right now is, shit, I'm realizing that I can't put this, let me pop this window back on. Sorry guys, let me get you situated. How do I pop this back in? Do I just close it? Yeah. I'm still getting used to not having my fucking dual monitor set up, so I'm gonna open up chat on my iPad. Just a second. Okay, there we go. Sorry. This is such a janky setup. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. To Blender. I need to waste all my money for memories of a spy loot crates. Yeah. Right. No, I don't think, somebody's going to clip this and I'll eat my words in the future, but I don't think there's going to be any microtransactions of any kind, or even pay to play. And when you buy Memories of a Spy, you get the whole damn thing. And if I ever patch it, if I ever put any new shit into it, like anybody who bought it will also get the thing. Yes, even I'm considering to buy Memory of a Spy Battle Pass. Yeah. Right. If I was a much greedier man, I'd be exploiting the shit out of you guys saying that right now. Okay, so let's see. Where should if this is gonna be, maybe we just do this. Kinda. Okay, I'm gonna delete these guys. Let's just go for it. So this is all one piece. Wood floors, right? That's what we're going for here. Collection. And then new. Call this pub wood floors. Golden lure for 1,000 target kills. Indie games are way better than most AAA titles. Change my mind. I can't. Now there's some. Am I the only guy here that's like very, very stoked for Battlefield 2042? Like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to play that. That being said, though, my big game of 2020 and arguably 2021 has been Deep Rock Galactic, an indie game, a studio indie game, but an indie game nonetheless. So base color, image texture. We're gonna open it up. Gonna go to. We want wood panels. I don't know if I have any wood panels in here. Could try this one. No, let's just open Photoshop. Will Memories of a Spy have boss fights? No. Not necessarily. No, there will be things that I could say are kind of akin to boss fights. Like, okay, so if your definition of a boss fight is somebody that is sort of like a one-off thing, then no. Because most of the people that you'll be fighting in the game, there's multiple of. And they would behave more or less the same. But like boss fights, hold on, let me open up something. London textures, or let's do universal textures. But not unlike boss fights, they'll have sort of a routine to go through. Boss, when you fight a boss, it's kind of like they have the one attack they do, and they give you a cue that they're about to do it, whether it's like, I'm breathing in, you better watch out because I'm about to breathe a bunch of fire out, like that kind of thing. Let's go to textures.com. So a similar thing with Memories of a Spy. There will be, I mean, you've seen it before already. When the mole hunters find you, they'll follow you, and then you have to, if they run after you and catch you, you have to do that thing where you start spamming your click, and if you don't do it fast enough, they take you down. and that's sort of a routine that you go through. And I was thinking about maybe adding another level to that, so it's not just the struggle, but there could be a potential like second part or something. Oh, remember when I was going to use these in there? Let's just search wood, and it should give us, yeah. Could be something like that. Strand lumber. Some AAA titles are good, like Doom Eternal, who listen to their fans and make good changes and get better. Oh man, I fucking love the Doom games. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are just, oh god, I can't get enough of that shit. I have not beat Doom Eternal because I keep getting my ass kicked by this one boss. I might even be at the very end, but it feels like when I do beat this boss, you're gonna be like, and by the way, there's fucking 20 more you have to go through. But I really think I'm at the last boss. I think maybe. But I still love the game, however much it kicks my ass, because I earned the power to kick ass all the way up to it. I'm playing on normal mode right now. EA blasted Plant vs. Zombies Frenchies in pieces because of their greed. I haven't played Plants vs. Zombies. I hear people talk about it all the time. So we have fights and weapons. Plants and Zombies. What if there were like a special target per city with a target that fights back and has increased health and drops useful items? That is kind of a thing that happens. So when you're running around trying to get intel, the primary objective being to get intel from your about your rival agencies, the way you collect it is by doing tasks for your sources, your connections. There's people out there who go like, oh, I'll give you intel if you do this, this, or that for me. And those people have different missions. The one that you all know, the only one that's like running proper right now is the assassination missions. They give you a photo, they say go kill this person, and then we'll give you intel. So there's those, but there's other missions that always involves people. And whether you're killing them or stealing something from them or potentially just even taking a photo of them, there's going to be people who will resist. And so the increased health thing, there's not necessarily like increased health that I'm thinking about doing, but like the skill sets. People will have different stats. So there will be people who will be stronger than you in ways, unavoidably so, and you would have to kind of outsmart them. I think this is good enough. I think I found it. Oh wait, no, here we go. Is this the same aged wood that it is, huh? The problem with this one is that there's no panels in it. I don't think there's any for this one either. This one there is. Okay. Damn, I want... Maybe I should search planks. Okay, ooh, here we go. Maybe this one too. Okay. I'm gonna get this one. Spy game, textures, universal textures, and I'll call this one, or actually I'll just save it in like this, and then in Photoshop, I'll come over here, spy game, textures, universal textures, drop this in like that. And it's pretty small, but no biggie. Get a little bit bigger. That. Turn this off. And the reason I brought this in is to fuck with the levels. Like that. And then adjustments, hue and saturation. Saturate it a little bit more. Yeah. And group it, and we'll call it dark wood panels. Quick export as ping. Universal textures, dark wood panels. And in Blender, open it up. Universal textures, dark wood panels. I love the idea that you don't just go up and kill a target. You have to find the person to kill it. Oh yeah, that's my. I'm so stoked about playing that aspect of it all the time. I'm glad you dig that. I'm so glad. I watched your stream where you said that everyone has distinct things about the target, like the target can have a mustache and they smoke, so we have to find the target on those bases. Yeah. Yep. Gathering intel to find the target is way more rewarding. I am fucking glad you feel that way. Right. There's a Game Maker's Toolkit video where Mark, I think his name is, he talks about playing, I forgot what game, I think he's playing Witcher or something like that. And somebody says to go somewhere, and then they send him on a mission, but the moment they're done talking to him and the moment the mission starts, like a HUD pops up and you get a little fucking, basically a GPS system, but you're in a fantasy world. And then how that kind of kills the immersiveness, because then you're just somebody's holding your hand the whole way through and you feel like a baby. I am so vehemently against that. That this whole game is sort of a way of exercising these demons of of hostility that I have towards those type of things. UV editing. Edit mode, okay. A, and it's synced, right? Is it synced? No, it's synced, okay. And then scale. And like that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Do I have a sun in here? This light? There we go. Okay. Can I turn off this goddamn specularity in here? I wish you could look at this. Is there a universal way to turn off viewing specularity? Master Fu says, I concur. I'm glad. I'm so glad that there's people who want to fuck with games like this. Games should leave the players on their own and let the players figure out stuff. Even in Darkwood, the game doesn't hold your hand. That gets brutal in times, and people love that aspect. It's better. Yeah, you just feel like the game has a mutual respect, you know. Okay, so here's the thing. It's 11 p.m. over here. I know it's not too late, but and I know I didn't really get too much done on the stream today, but this was sort of a forced, just to just to stay on it, to keep up the activity of things. I wish I could get more done, but there's a lot of shit that I'm working on right now, that is finally hitting the end of runs. So I'm finishing a bunch of shit up, and production on Memories of Spy is slowly picking back up. No one needs a tutorial on how to move. That's right. Looking good, bro. Thank you, Masterfu. It's 2:30 a.m. over here, and I am. Yeah, y'all need to get some rest too. And you're enjoying the stream. I'm glad. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but there's a new video coming out tomorrow. Okay, there's a fucking hour-long video that I made for you guys that comes out tomorrow. It's an hour long. It's a goodie. I had a lot of fun making it. And it's the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned for that. I'll be releasing it tomorrow around noon for Central European time. So definitely want to hear what y'all think. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments of the video, because it is very different from any of the other things I've put out on the channel. But I do think I think you guys would appreciate it very much. But if you don't, I want to know, or if you do, I want to know which parts of it that you like. So just there's a heads up, to keep an eye out for the video dropping tomorrow. Yeah, I'm making a small UFO game for some reason, but I'm mad tired. Gorman Studios, sometimes the wee hours are when you need to make the silliest things that often end up becoming like the most rewarding things too. So, but also, mind your body, mind your physical health, and get some sleep if you need it. You should share some stuff in the comments. in the Discord, in the work in progress section. Show some images or some video. My notification is on. I'll make sure to check it out. Right on. Keep an eye out. Right on. Interesting, Gorman. I'm back. Broken Bones, you're back right when I'm about to split. But if you missed it, all I said was keep an eye out for the video tomorrow dropping. It's an hour long. Put a lot of effort into it. Very different. You might like it, might not like it. I think you will. Let me know what you don't like about it. Let me know what you do like about it. Yeah, otherwise I'll talk to y'all very soon, and I'll talk to you on the Discord. I just want to make a basic game to experience all the UI stuff. Do it. All right, guys, I am out of here. I'll talk to y'all on the Discord, and also be streaming maybe more during the week. We'll see. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good sleep, bro. Time zones are wild and still be up when you're getting back up. That's right. Take care, Steven. Good night. Thank y'all. Have a very good night. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of water. Eat right. Don't eat too much. Don't eat too little. Spend time with the people that you love, your friends and family, and all that good stuff. Get plenty of sleep. Take care of yourself. Okay, guys. Good night. Peace.